Macca's Guides.
Hey guys, Mac here with The Walking Dead, the final season, episode 2. As I stated in my other video, quite possibly the last episode of the Walking Dead series due to recent announcements. In this video, I will be showing you how to grab all of the missable achievements or trophies in this episode. There are a total of 13 achievements or trophies you can earn. 3 of them are going to be through progression, and 2 of them are collectible related. I have made a separate collectibles video for you. Now, just before entering the greenhouse, you can also pick up the first of 3 collectibles, which is a wild boar skull. So do that if you don't want to cross-reference both videos. But your first possible missable achievement or trophy is upon entering the greenhouse. You'll notice the small planter of mushrooms. Picking up a mushroom will be a collectible, and then trying to eat the mushrooms is going to be your first missable. Now, the second thing we can unlock also in Act 2 is called Botanist, and I believe this one is for just interacting with everything inside of the greenhouse. So in the first room, you can interact with some garden shears, a lawnmower, the mushrooms, a small shovel, and then you can talk to Mitch and Ruby, and then also pry open the cabinet to get the barbed wire. And in the second room, before grabbing the igniter and the propane tank, make sure you interact with the equations on the board. Make sure you interact with the small beaker that has the blue liquid in it, and then interact with the flask on the table. And if you interact with everything in the greenhouse before finishing off your main objective, you should unlock Botanist. Also, while you're in this room, make sure you pick up the Venus flytrap, which is your third and final collectible for this episode. Now, next up, we are already in Act 3. Once we are told to talk to everyone and figure out what's going on in the courtyard, we want to focus on a bunch of achievements or trophies before we actually do our main objective. So the first thing we want to do is go to Marlon's grave, and there we can find Rosie the dog. We'll go up to the dog and interact with it, and we'll be given a bunch of options. I'm not sure if you have to, but I decided to choose to pet her. And this resulted in the Great Girl achievement or trophy unlocking for me.
What are you doing down there, Rosie? Good girl. What did Marlon used to do?
Now, after doing that, we are going to go for the Be Prepared achievement / trophy, which is basically for interacting with every possible item in the courtyard before doing our main objective. So there's going to be some rubble, there's going to be Marlon's and Brody's graves, there's going to be, barbed wire on the fence, there's going to be a barricade near the middle, there's going to be some heads on sticks, there's going to be the flagpole. There is a picnic table you can flip over. There's about probably 8 or 9 things you can do, and make sure you do them all before actually talking to anyone. I will show them all on screen right now, so if you want to follow along, feel free to do so. And once you interact with absolutely everything possible before talking to everyone, you should unlock the Be Prepared achievement or trophy.
Still wouldn't want to pledge to that. Hopefully this at least creeps the raiders out. Place looks ready for a war. Pretty clear message. no one's coming over those. Ms. Martin, thanks for protecting everyone. I hope it's beautiful where you are, Brody.
Now, the last thing we want to do before finishing off this section is to go talk to Lewis. And you can talk to him first or last. It doesn't really matter as long as you do the next step, which is to make sure that you hit all of your shots while using the bow. So after a small conversation, you'll be given the bow. You'll aim down sight using the left trigger and fire using the right trigger. There is a tiny bit of bullet drop, or arrow drop in this case. And as long as all 4 or 5 of your shots land somewhere on the target, you are fine. The target does swing back just a little bit, but as long as none of your arrows miss, you're good to go. If they do, you're going to want to go back to the main menu and then just load back in order to kind of reset the checkpoint.
You off while I'm standing at a moderate distance with a big red circle painted on my chest.
Now, the next thing that's going to happen is you're going to have to choose between Violet or Lewis. And personally, I chose Violet, although it doesn't matter as you can unlock everything regardless of who you choose. But after you choose them, I would highly recommend going to the main menu and then copying your save into another slot, as there are 2 achievements that are basically opposites we're going to be grabbing, and this is just a safety measure to make sure you can grab both in one playthrough. Now, once back in your game, you are going to want to go for the bonded achievement or trophy, which is for basically being super friendly. Now, whether you're with Violet or whether you're with Lewis, you should have options that are more friendly. So, for example, tell them that you value them as a friend, give them small compliments but not romantic ones, and if ever given the option to tell them you have feelings for them, make sure you do not do that. So just make sure you choose all of the friendly options, and you should eventually get the bonded achievement or trophy.
But you did, and now I can't imagine what it would be like if you weren't here. Shit. That sounds so much dumber when I say it out loud.
We're friends. Good ones.
It's good to have a friend again. Someone I can really trust. So do we gotta, like, make friendship bracelets or something?
I don't think it's official until we do.
I hate arts and crafts. Shit sticks. Probably time for your lookout shift. Ready?
Immediately upon unlocking the bonded achievement or trophy, you'll want to go back to the main menu and then reload your save, going back in and now choosing all of the romantic options. Again, whether you're with Violet or Lewis, you should have these options. If you're with Violet, it's as easy as telling her that you have feelings for her and then kissing her. If you're with Lewis, I believe what you do is you carve a heart into a tree and then confess your love for them. So whichever person you're on the kind of date with, or whatever you want to call it, once you are choosing all the romantic options, you should grab the moving fast achievement or trophy, and then feel free to continue on with the game.
Holy shit.
That's romantic.
I mean, holy shit. Shit sticks. Probably time for your lookout shift.
Last but not least, we have the Deadeye achievement or trophy, which is unlocked near the very end of the episode. And this one is for getting all headshots on the walkers at the very end of the episode. So the walkers are going to be slowly walking towards you. You can move your feet if you so desire, but you need to make sure to get all headshots. I'm not 100% sure about whether or not you're able to miss an arrow. I made sure that I didn't, so I would probably recommend that you don't as well. If you do at any point miss an arrow, that's completely fine. Just stand there and let one of the walkers grab you. You will then die and immediately respawn back at the beginning of the section. So I think you have a total of like 10 or so walkers. And in the second section, I did walk around a little bit to kind of line up my shots a little bit more easily. Again, just make sure all of your shots are headshots. Make sure you don't miss any arrows. And if you do, that's fine. Just get attacked on purpose in order to respawn the checkpoint. After doing this, there will be a short cinematic, and about 15 seconds into it, you will unlock the achievement or trophy called Deadeye. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you share this video with a friend. Special thanks to the amazing people on Patreon for supporting the show, and hopefully I see you guys next time. Peace.